Welcome back for another exciting installment in Mike's Peace Corps blog. So, it's been another week here in sight, and got some things to talk about. Basically, there's no classes right now, and so we're just kind of chilling, really, for the most part. Not entirely, of course. I mean, there's definitely projects that I've been trying to be putting into the works. Gonna talk about that in a minute. And also all kinds of community integration that I've been working on. And then also there's talk about how my language is either progressing or not progressing. So let's talk about that first. Well, first of all, I got lucky that I got placed with a family that has very good English, actually. My host sister, she speaks fluent English, which is great. For communication, yeah, I guess that's pretty good. I mean, but for my personal learning of Spanish, I feel like I've kind of gone backwards a little bit. At least as far as my weakest skill, which is listening. I can probably speak, probably as good or maybe even better. Reading, totally easy, can read anything. And for writing, most part, yeah, I can write in Spanish pretty well. Accent marks, sometimes I forget those because we don't have those in English. So sometimes I forget those, but for the most part, yeah, I can read, write, and speak fairly well in Spanish. My weakest skill is hands down listening, because you only get to hear it one time, and they're going to speak however they want to speak, whether it be fast, slow, with slang, formal. Yeah, definitely listening is my weakest skill. But it seems like we're kind of getting on the right path now. She and I we when we're alone together, we talk. We practice we let her practice her English, but when we're with the family or with friends, she speaks to me in Spanish, so that we're not excluding anybody in our conversation unless I just totally don't get something, because that happens a little bit more than I would like, where somebody will say something to me and I'm just like, I have no idea what you just said. I mean, and then usually somebody will just say it to me again, slower and with proper verb usage and things like that, and I understand it. So, getting there. Not there yet, but we're getting there. I got 2 years to get there. We'll see. Community integration. Definitely want to talk about that. It's extremely important here in Peace Corps that we integrate into our communities as much as possible. So, yeah, I've been around, talked to the mayor. I've talked to the delegados that are in charge of, they're from MINED. They're there to oversee our work. Basically, for my Nicaraguan boss is the delegado, whereas my American boss is my APCD, Associate Peace Corps Director. Maybe it's assistant, I don't remember. But, it's one of the two. And, yeah, basically I have two bosses. I have my American boss, I have a Nicaraguan boss. I've met him, talked to him a little bit. He at least knows who I am, knows where I live, and that's a good thing. Because you always want people to realize that I'm a part of the community. That I'm not just kind of this guy that I come in, teach my classes, and then I kind of like am whisked away to a nice resort for the gringos. No, I live down in here, same as everybody else. Same conditions as everybody else, eat the same food, go out to the same bars, do the same stuff, basically, as them, so that they trust me a lot more, so they're willing to accept more ideas of mine and things like that. Serendipitously, I came across a new way to totally integrate really well in the community, so that everybody pretty much in the community is now going to know who I am. My host family owns a panaderia, a bakery, and my host brother-in-law, mi cuñado, He makes deliveries from the bakery to all the pulperias in my town and the surrounding towns. And so today I rode with him, and we stopped by all the pulperias, and we sold them their bread that they're going to use for the next couple of days. And at least I introduced myself to all of them, and then at least half of them asked me more questions about what am I doing here. Oh, you're going to be teaching English, or can you teach my kids? And I was like, well, if your kids go to school, I can certainly do that. And if they are interested, we're going to have like other programs and things like that outside of class that they can join in. They're all, oh my god, it's so exciting. So now I am now, because the pulperias are the center of all the chisme and gossip that goes on in town. So now that I'm in good with them, yeah, I've got me some good PR now. Kind of no better way to put it. This is good PR. Let's see. Projects. Like I said, gonna have some projects going on outside of the class. First of which is coming up this next week. Gonna be starting weekly conversation circles with all of the teachers in the municipality, which is great because they only live in my town and then the next town over, which is only 9 kilometers. So it's about half and half in one town and half in the other town. So the first time we go there, they all want to meet in one teacher's house, and next time I'm gonna suggest there that can we alternate, that way not one side is having to pay all the fares all the time while the other side's they just walk the place. So I'm just gonna phrase it to them that way, so that way they can host it this time and then the other time will host it this time, and I think they'll probably understand that because teachers here in Nicaragua really don't make very much money. I mean, I think it's supposed to be the lowest of all of Central America as far as teacher income. It sucks. That's the first project. That's going to be starting next week. The next project is going to be the basically a kind of English summer camp sort of thing. It's not really in the summer, but this is their longest break that they have, is actually the Christmas break. It runs for all of December, all of January, and it's going to run for about half of February this year. So they get a nice long break for that. And so basically what I want to do is I'm going to do 2 weeks, 5 days a week, for probably 2 to 3 hours a day of intense English for the students that are coming into first year in the institutes, and because they've had absolutely no experience, no exposure whatsoever to English in the primary schools. So that's gonna be my mission, is to basically create to prepare them for first year English by giving them this positive experience of learning English, and 2, to kind of give them a head start. And because the first year of English, they learn so many things that are vital to understanding the language to be able to progress into the second and third years. And third year, really, you could extend the third year curriculum out for the next 3 years. And if they could actually do that, they everything that they learn in third year, they could communicate very well in English at that point. Unfortunately, the situation here in Nicaragua is not that way. So we're going to be working a lot here in the future with youth groups, practicing outside of the class as much as possible with these guys, much as possible with the teachers, because it's just as important that the teachers have more proficient English than the students. Probably more important that they have proficient English. But it's more fun to teach the students. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. It's more fun. Also, been talking to people. A lot of people are wanting adult classes for English. Not exactly sure how how well that will go. Because a lot of people work, a lot of people have funky schedules around here. Nicaraguans are not really known for being punctual, or for their attendance. So I would have to probably scope it out to see who is really interested and determined and who maybe has a good reason to learn English. I'll probably have to go by that more than anything else. Is who is going to be wants to interact with extranjeros, and that's probably what's going to guide the adult classes. I'm gonna leave it at that, and be talking to you guys next week. Hopefully with some results on how the first meeting with the teacher conversation circle goes. This is Mike, signing out from Nicaragua. See you guys next time.